Like how does the high desert of Nevada have such good sushi? And there's so many all-you-can-eat sushi restaurants.
All you can eat is, I mean, we're pretty much the only city on the West Coast that I've been to that has all you can eat at every restaurant. And it's crazy to think about, where do we get all this fish? We're several hours away from the ocean, a few hours away from the ocean, yet the biggest little city is an oasis full of different seafood options. Ryan Canada looked into how one local company runs up the mileage meter to ensure that the freshest catch winds up on our tables. It's a story you'll see only on 2. Ryan?
Yeah, you know, it's really cool stuff, Kristen. More often than not these days, fresh fish is being sought out by consumers, especially here in Reno, where all-you-can-eat sushi keeps growing in popularity. Well, over the next 3 nights, I'm going to take you on a fish's journey from pier to plate. On a brisk October morning, as the sun begins to rise over the piers of San Francisco, crowds form at Fisherman's Wharf. It's here where locals and travelers alike seek to taste the fresh catch of the day. And while these Bay Area folks wait in line to get their mouths around a bite of fresh tuna like this, or shellfish like these, a truck from Reno arrives at the pier, making one of 4 weekly trips from the Sierra to the sea.
A restaurant in Reno, Nevada can have just as fresh a fish as a restaurant in San Francisco.
It's all about, you know, the logistics of moving it from point A to point B.
So let's talk about some of these logistics. For starters, not all of the fish we eat in Reno comes from these California waters. In fact, a lot of the fish we eat for sushi comes into San Francisco from all over the world.
It's flown in, it's trucked in, it's boated in. You've got aji, horse mackerel, out of Japan, and you got grenard. These are from New Zealand, actually.
Then, once exotic fish like this arrives in the bay, it's processed, filleted, and packaged before heading out for delivery. A buyer like Sierra Meat and Seafood does everyday business with at least 5 major suppliers in San Francisco. Prices fluctuate based on supply and demand, which changes from month to month. Fishing is a year-round business, but that doesn't mean you can catch all seafood all the time. For example, next month in November is when crab season really kicks off here in San Francisco. But right now in October, business here at the pier is running at a little bit of a slower pace.
Our salmon season's basically been a bust. It's just not a lot of fish coming in. Prices have been very high.
Next week there'll be more activity, and the following week there'll be more. So we're gearing up.
It may seem like a lot, but on this particular day, Sierra Meat and Seafood is only picking up several 100 pounds of fish. Their next load into Reno will weigh several tons.
They have to have trust with us to give them the right product that's going to enable them to sell to their customers and have repeat orders.
And we're not done yet. Tomorrow we'll show you the nonstop action that happens once those trucks get back to Reno. That's when the fish team prepares the seafood for shipment to local sushi restaurants. Covering the story live in the studio, Ryan Canada, Channel 2 News.